Bev's Video Kingdom is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
I can brag your favorite podcast. Let's start this thing.
What's up, folks? We are back, and it is Bev's Video Kingdom Draft Day. So we're drafting. Okay, so last week we hit you with some Top Gunnage. Hopefully by now you've all had a chance to rewatch Top Gun and then go and pick up some Top Gun Maverick in like an IMAX.
If you go to Applebee's, you pay $25. You get a free ticket to Top Gun Maverick.
Okay,
I just saw that.
Is that really what happened?
Computer, yeah, legit. If you spend $25 at Applebee's, free ticket to Top Gun Maverick. They're going full court press with like some like legit marketing. This is like a movie that has been fucking marketed like
they pushed
crazy.
They pushed it way back. You know,
it was supposed to come out in 2020. I think.
Yeah, they like were waiting because they're like, we're gonna, and it seems to have paid off. But okay, so we did that. We did some Top Gun for you, and as we do sometimes, certain actors who have prolific careers, we draft the most memorable of their characters, and that is what we're doing for Tom Skerritt. Oh no, sorry, not Tom Skerritt. That's what we're doing for Tom Cruise. Okay, so. It's the Tom Cruise draft most memorable character, which means that like for movies where he's had multiple movies, same character, if you draft the character, you get him for all the movies.
Correct.
Okay.
You don't have to draft an individual movie, you just have to draft a character.
Right. So, and most memorable, not necessarily the one you like the best as like a person, but just like big impact, whatever it means to you, I guess.
Yeah. I think our judge is going to have to figure out what that means to themselves.
Do we know how many movies Tom Cruise has been in?
I believe it's like 46.
46. There you go.
Well, actually, not that's 46 roles. Like, he may not have had 46 movies. I think. Actually, I don't know if he's done any TV. So
he is not. He has stayed true to the movie verse.
So 46 movie roles. Yep. And. You know, I mean, I got to think that we got to seriously consider how much he runs with each one of his characters.
Oh, that's a big important part. I mean,
if our judge does not have a running bonus, I'm going to be kind of pissed.
Might be upset about that for sure.
Okay, so Brad, did you come up with a draft order?
Yeah, we're recording this on Memorial Day weekend on Sunday, and it's the biggest racing. As you guys know, I'm a big racing fan. It's one of the biggest racing days of the year. You start off the first race of the day is the F1 race in Monaco, and they had a flyover of some jets right before the race, and
inverted.
Oh, they were inverted. They were flipping each other off as they flew, and smoke started coming out as they like tailed off. And they wrote the word Nate. I was like, that's fucking wild.
Oh, yeah.
Why would they write Nate? There's not even an F1 driver named Nate. So it made zero sense.
Nate.
So then, the Indy 500 is the next up. So you got to watch Indy. And Indy 500, Memorial Day weekend, they're going to have some fucking jets flying over. And those jets came flying across. They actually flew over twice. And it was like the first time they had the words... Brad.
Oh, Zabrad.
It said Zabrad. I was like, what the fuck is Zabrad? But no, it said Brad. And so, yeah, they had a nice little flyover. And then the final race of the evening, the Coca-Cola 600, NASCAR. There's some fighter jets, of course.
Let's go.
Flying by, and those motherfuckers, they spelled Zach. So 3 different races, 3 different flyovers. Nate, Brad,
done 37,000 drafts, and Brad's never been in the middle.
I'm in the middle, and I don't know if I like it. So Nate, you got all of the Tom Cruise characters in existence, and you get to start with which one is the most iconic, the most memorable, whatever you feel in your balls and your heart.
Yeah. And why is it cocktail?
And I think I have an idea where you're going to go, and it's probably the right pick.
So there are a couple of choices here and a couple of different directions you could go. And I feel like I'm a little bit on guard about some recency bias.
Yeah.
And
I
yet
know where you're going.
I can't help but just absolutely buying the t-shirt right out of the gate. So I'm going with Mav, Pete Mitchell, Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. And I mean, I can see other arguments, and obviously those are going to go soon. But the other direction I would go is, what's the character he's played the most would be another way to go, and that's a pretty iconic one. And what's the role that was like maybe most serious or most lauded as like a potentially award-winning role? Those are the two things I thought about. But for me, I mean, he'll always be Maverick, and so that's my pick.
Maverick.
I wrote it in before you picked it because I knew that's where you're going. And yeah, I think that's, if you have number one, you got to go that way. So my number two is going to be the character that he's continuing to try to keep the epic action movie going. And he's been doing it for many, many years. He was supposed to trade it off to somebody, and he said, fuck it, no. They can't do what I can do, and I'm going to keep it going myself. So that's Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossible movies.
Well, and one of the things there, right, is like that one's particularly notable because he does so many of his own stunts in those movies.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's the one where he hangs from the umbilical cord.
And it's
he's
advertised.
Broken his legs and arms and all sorts of shit.
So like as a kid, it's like a blend, but like the character and the acting for that character and the stunts and all the things that go into it. Certainly in terms of memorable, like that, there's a good argument to be made that like you think about him in that role. And those are pretty quality movies, and some of the sequels are really good.
I mean, the first one was a great little spy movie with like some twists and turns. It was a lot of fun. But I think, now it's like, let me prove how I'm an old ass man, but I can still do some badass action stunts. So
that's right.
The first one's super good.
All right, Zach, you got the first double dip here.
All right, well, this is easy. My favorite, I'm going to go with my two favorite Tom Cruise movies. And the first one is going to be Cage from Edge of Tomorrow, which is one of my favorite, more modern sci-fi movies that is absolutely spectacular. If you haven't seen it, go rent
You just watched that pretty recently.
Oh, yeah, I've watched it.
You loved it.
Numerous times. I watched it with my boys the last time I watched it. And they really liked it, too.
Yeah.
And
they're doing a sequel. They are doing a sequel.
To really?
Yeah. So they renamed it Live, Die, Repeat.
Is Emily Blunt going to be in it?
They renamed the movie?
It's a weird movie where they actually like legit renamed it.
Yes, I've seen that on some, and I was like, was that just like the theme? And they just aren't putting the title on it anymore?
They did the same thing with the Professional. The Professional was called The Professional, but then I think in Europe it was called Leon, and so now it's like Leon the Professional.
Yeah, okay, I wondered about that. I didn't know that. Okay.
All right, what's your second pick here?
All right, my next pick is going to be one of my favorite movies is David Ames from Vanilla Sky.
I knew you were going here.
I fucking love that movie so much.
So when I asked my wife, and she was with her sister-in-law, and I told him what our draft was going to be, and like one of the very first things she and the sister-in-law agreed on was not David Ames from Vanilla Sky.
Really?
Yeah.
Court said that?
I can't remember if she said it first or if Elena said it. But
either way, it's terrible.
I love you picking with your heart,
but
I think you've already exposed.
Oh, no, I know I'm going to lose this one. I have zero doubt. You guys in your fucking 80s, like weird 80s praise.
All right, well, my second pick is pretty easy here, and that's going to be Lieutenant Daniel Caffey from A Few Good Men. And I think that's, as far as a important role...
I mean, it's a great movie.
And it's iconic. And I know I sent you guys that link.
With the filter on it.
People lately have been taking like either Snapchat or Instagram filters, and they put their phone while they're like watching a movie. And there's one for A Few Good Men. Just look up A Few Good Men, like googly eyes. And it's stupid. It's so stupid, but it makes me laugh.
It was pretty funny.
So yeah, A Few Good Men. There you go.
All right. Well, I appreciate you leaving me the correct pick there. So it's a really good, that's a really great movie, but it's not the right one. So the correct pick here is Jerry Maguire.
Oh, wow. That's not the right pick. Great job.
Super.
Were you taking Zellweger from that? Just making sure.
Super memorable. And Then right behind that, I think you've got to go. There are two here.
Does Nick get 2 picks in a row?
Yeah, there's only 3 of us.
Cheating ass motherfucker.
I'm the meat in the sandwich.
I think you got to go Charlie Babbitt in Rain Man.
Oh, I thought you were going Roy Miller from Night and Day.
Shh, spoilers, late
One of my
round
favorite
picks.
Cameron Diaz vehicles.
Nate, that was a fucking nice just snag right there. Like having the 2, I was like, can one of those please fall to me? And of course, neither did.
There was a mistake to be made there that I almost made and avoided.
So it was A Few Good
Probably.
Men, A Few Good Men,
Jerry Maguire,
Rain Man.
and then Charlie Babbitt, Rain Man.
Wow, you guys are fucking just throwing picks down the toilet.
Now, shit,
Leaving you all the
shit.
good stuff.
War of the Worlds is still out there. I mean,
Damn it, God damn it, God damn it. So there's a bunch I want to pick, but I'm just like, all right, so we're going to have to go with, I love this role. It was an interesting movie. A lot of people don't like this movie. I like a lot of it. I like most of the aspects of this. And one of the parts I like is Tom Cruise playing a legit, like, kind of piece of shit, like, asshole, like, where it's not even really redeemable. And that's Frank T.J. Mackey in Magnolia.
God, I hate that movie, and I love that you picked that.
But Tom Cruise is great, and I mean, as far as a memorable role, I mean, he's the power of the cock, and like he's doing all these like these motivational speeches.
wildest thing just happened on the podcast.
But yeah, no, I mean, just wild. Like he's super just piece of shit. Doesn't have any respect for his dad, and like it's a good one.
That's a great, terrible pick. Nice job. Okay, Zach, what do you got?
I'm starting to feel pretty good about my team here. So I am going to go with Les Grossman from Tropic Thunder.
That's actually a great pick.
Cruise, as far as memorable roles go, with his like receding hairline and the comb over and all the wild just zaniness that he brings to that.
Yeah.
And I guess he's going to reprise that role at some point. I just read an article about it, which I mean, I guess we'll see how that goes. But a little movie from 2004 that I know my boy Nicky loves. I'm going to go with Vincent from Collateral for my next pick.
That's definitely not a bad pick.
Because it's sort of off the path for him. He's got the gray hair. He's not a heartthrob. He's not like
Yep.
he's not trying to get chicks.
One legitimate bad guy role where he's like absolutely
Really
the bad guy.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid one. But now, fuck.
Down the drain.
Oh, I already feel like Nate got a win here, and it's just pissing me off.
I know. You just leave me a couple more that you like that, and we'll just seal it up. Be a done deal, because I got plenty here.
I'm gonna have to go with this was, I think, his first shot at Oscar bait, where he was wanting to get that best actor award, and it did not work out. But
What you doing in there, Tom? I'm Oscar baiting.
that's what he did here. I'm gonna go ahead and go with
Bader.
Ron Kovic from Born in the
So that was the
Born in
mistake
the
I
Flesh.
almost made instead of going Rain Man, and I think I had that on my list, but I think I wasn't going to take it, so I'm glad that you took it.
It's wild. You guys are like picking almost exclusively movies I haven't seen.
All right, so I think my last two here are easy. So you got to go here with a movie that I think has been forgotten as for being as good as it was, and as at the time popular as it was for him, and that's Mitch McDeere in The Firm.
I love that book. I actually love the movie too. It's great.
It's a great movie. It's great. Gene Hackman's great in it. Janine Triplehorn's great in it. It's just solid all the way around. What Wilford Brimley is an evil guy? I mean, come on. Who do you
I feel
know?
like all of those, it was
John
Grisham movies are just like you watch them once and they're just kind of forgettable.
So here's the thing, though.
The Client, bro. Fuck.
So I don't think that's true, but I would also what I would say
Rainmaker.
is like this was one of the first, or if it might have been the first.
Yeah.
Like
It was an early one that was
early one.
adapted
It was-
from one of his books.
and it was big, and he runs in it. I mean, I don't know what you want. Okay, and here's the one that I can't believe you didn't take, and that is how do you not take Cole Trickle? Like
Well, you've got two of the same character. You've got Cole Trickle and Maverick, so it's like now you've got the same characters. You basically have four picks.
incredibly memorable. Cole Trickle.
That's
Days
going to
of
be this.
Thunder.
I thought you guys for sure had already picked him because you guys like that movie. and I was like, oh, for sure they picked that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, we
How
didn't have the
Brad
conversation
pick him.
on the pod, but like they are the same character. What is different between Cole Trickle and Maverick?
Yeah, Cole Trickle drives a race car. I don't know what you mean. Well, 100% everything's the race car literally never leaves the ground. I don't even know what we're talking about right now.
Cole Trickle's licking freaking Nicole Kidman's Adam's apple.
Yeah,
That's
true.
And it's a pretty big upgrade in my opinion.
I don't know. It's so funny how Tony Scott did both of those, and they're basically the exact same movie, just one with fighter jets, one with race cars. But I love them both.
Wait,
no doubt.
at what point does he go to a training school for race car drivers?
He does.
No, it's.
When
I mean,
goes
he
to
has
see,
he has the professional doctor that he gets involved with, and she definitely doesn't like racing very much, but she learns to love him.
Charlie loves flying planes.
She goes crazy.
That's just what she does for a living.
Instead of her driving crazy all over the
not what she
streets, it's Tom Cruise. When you got, let me out of the car, Cole. Let me out of the car.
Hey, you know what? You run your own race, okay, buddy? Because
All right, fine.
I just won this thing.
I
just
can't
think
believe you
have
guys
two of
hadn't
the same
picked that
characters.
yet.
I can't believe Brad
weird.
didn't. It's almost like Brad forgot it was a movie.
Brad, is there really a guy named Dick Trickle?
There was really a race car driver named Dick Trickle. Yes.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Legitimately named Richard Trickle. All right. My final one. I'm just gonna go with something I love the movie. So some of the older roles, whatever you can go with, but
It's live on the air.
I know I'm not gonna win. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go with one of my favorite movies, Spielberg's Minority Report. I'll go Chief
That's not
John
bad.
Anderton.
You liked that movie, huh?
I really dig that movie.
Final pick of the draft, Zach.
Oh, well. So I'm caught in between
There's a correct answer here.
Kubrick's last movie, which is dog shit. I watched it the other day. It's really bad.
Is it? I mean,
What
it's
is it?
strange. Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, you guys.
So it's funny. Eyes Wide Shut. This was the one that immediately, like, when I asked, my sister-in-law was like, "Eyes Wide Shut," and we're like, "That's a super weird pick."
I mean, he's a cuckold in the movie like the entire time, and just kind of.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think he's a cuckold. I watched it the other day and I was just like, this movie is so crazily disjointed and bad. And then I read a bunch of stuff afterwards
Well,
because I was
Kubrick
like,
died during it.
Well, what happened was I think he had like a 4-hour cut or something like that they had to end up cutting down to whatever ended up being the piece of dog shit that they actually released. Okay, so my pick is going to be Lestat from Interview with the Vampire.
Not a bad one. Not the one I was going to pick.
Although I like Brad Pitt from that movie better.
So I think some of the early ones, I mean, for me, the ones that were begging to be picked are the things that are on the earlier side. So like
Cocktail.
Brian Flanagan Cocktail is probably my next pick.
Wow.
But then like Joel from Risky Business,
Yes.
Steven from All the Right Moves. I mean, those are definitely Joel definitely Risky Business more than All the Right Moves. But Risky Business is like, you know, sliding across the floor with the sunglasses and the white shirt.
Can we
All right.
pick Rebecca De Mornay for this draft?
Oh, dude.
Because I'm in.
Hey, that's a close competitor for like hottest sex scene, right?
I forgot how weird
Adam
Risky
Sandler.
Business
Hottest
is. though.
hottest
Like,
silhouetted sex scene. Like
hey,
weird.
let's raise money by starting a little high school brothel. Like it's just
Very weird.
it's
And then they have
crazy
sex. They like
plot.
ride on the like the L train and Chicago.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's very like silhouette.
We missed out on also Vincent Color Money.
yeah, but that one. I mean, I think I actually need to rewatch that. But I think it's not. You forget that was Tom Cruise.
Paul Newman.
What about Legend, bro? What about my boy Tom Cruise in Legend?
So one of the ones I really liked was Joseph Donnelly in Far and Away. It was kind of like a seminal fate.
I love that movie.
I saw that movie and was very like at a formative time too.
It's only because of Nicole Kidman. It has nothing to do with Tom Cruise, but that's a great movie.
If I'm wrong, if I'm not mistaken, I think Stacey Jacks, Rock of Ages. I think our judge might actually like that movie.
He just said he hates impromptu singing, so I'm going to say no.
Say no.
I thought he maybe liked that movie.
So I just watched Jack Reacher again the other day.
Ugh.
Part 1 or 2.
Part 1, Part 2 is really terrible. Part 1 is better, but it's worse even than I realized. So it's not good.
So have you seen the Amazon series that people are thinking is very well done?
No, but I have heard and I've heard them make the case that like the casting is just like so much better.
Exactly.
Well, there's this one line in the movie where they're like, you know, we have to find somebody that could kill somebody with one punch, and then like
comes Tommy.
then like Tom Cruise shows up, and I'm like, So where's the guy that can kill someone with one punch? Like, I'm confused. Seriously, I was confused for a while. I'm like, how this was supposed to be playing.
The guy's going to punch Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise is going to fly over and hit the other guy in the Adam's apple. And lick it.
So I think we've covered most of it. I mean, I don't know that there's anything here that I'm like, how did we even think about not picking this?
Nah, he was in a couple like comedies early on in his career that I never saw.
Last Samurai.
Nope.
You know what's crazy is on IMDb, you know how like, it says like known for?
Yeah.
For Tom Cruise, it's got Top Gun, The Last Samurai, Jerry Maguire, Mission Impossible. I'm like, how the fuck is The Last Samurai
That's
number
probably
2
based on
that
box office. And
Is it? I don't think that movie did well, did it?
Probably a bunch of people in other countries that were like, oh, The Last Samurai, let's go see it. And then it was Tom Cruise, and they were like, what the fuck?
The Last Samurai is a white dude who's 5'5". No, that movie. Oh no, actually did do well. 454 million. Damn.
5'6", Brad.
Jesus.
All right. So we got a draft. So we got Scotch Beck coming for the cruise draft. Where did we put him?
Well, you know, you've always had a volleyball court.
I'm a big volleyball guy.
That's been your thing, and so I mean, out there we put some sand out. We put some lines out and a net, and we found some guys. We said, hey, you want to come over and play some volleyball? They're like, hell yeah. We'll give you $100 each, and they're out there all greased up.
They snorted up all the lines. They're hitting volleyballs across.
Oh yeah, they all got blue jeans on, and we said, hey, Scott,
is that why you told me I needed to crank the volume up and put Playing with the Boys on a loop on the outside?
Yeah, I just said 100%. I was like, no, it's not for me for the pot. I said it's for Scotch.
How long has he been out there, and how much oil did you put on him? Because he's glistening.
Yeah, well, we bought. You know, they have like a baby formula shortage. Well, we just started a baby oil shortage. Unfortunately,
a lot of shortening.
Just put it in like a fire hose, like just hooked it up directly to a pressure washer, and just like
So, and he's out there in some nice little shorts. He's got some wristbands, and he's greased up. Playing some volleyball.
Aggressively oiled.
All right, let's go yell for him. Hey, Scott. Okay, great.
He just slipped and fell. He's got a concussion.
He's coming in.
All right.
California has the largest population in the United States and the site of some of the most famous true crime cases in history. But there's more than meets the eye to the crime in California. Join Sean, Jessica, and Charles on the California True Crime Podcast as they cover crime both infamous and overlooked from around our state, while looking at the deeper history that goes beyond beaches and movie stars.
Okay, so I mean, this might be obvious, but that's a lot of oil, right? Like,
yeah. Oh man, it's stuck.
I feel like he's kind of...
Dude, he's like sliding on his chair. He's trying to stay in his chair, but he really cannot do it.
I think he's been fairly seriously traumatized. You were, I mean, that was a long game, like 2-3 hours.
Does anybody know how to get sand out of body hair? Do you realize how hairy I am and how much baby oil you guys used?
I'll call Nick right now.
We used so much baby oil that it didn't look like you had any body hair at all. It's just you look like Slider out there.
Yeah,
there's nothing sliding on this sandpaper body hair sand combination.
I was impressed with your volleyball skills. Who did you train under?
Gene Tate in Ross,
the great
junior high. He taught me how to square dance, and he taught me how to volleyball.
I thought you were just a little bit bulkier Karch Karai.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me, Brad.
I don't even know what that means. What did you say?
Bulky culture.
Karch Karai. That's 80s volleyball.
That's
up in your
volleyball. Right
yeah.
there.
Nice dig.
Yeah, nice.
Jesus, this is all going over my head right now.
Oh yeah.
I love it when we play the Scotch Beck effect when Scott is here. It's like it's not enough. We don't even want him to say it anymore.
Yeah.
We've got all we need.
Yep,
we actually own the rights to it now, so he can't.
He literally can't say it. We'll sue you. We will send cease and desist letter.
I tried making T-shirts. I sent the mock-up to him. They're like, "No, fucker, you can't. We own that."
Yeah, you're gonna be like John Fogerty. We're like, "Fuck you. We're gonna sue you for copying your own song."
DMCA on this bitch.
All right, so we sent you some lists.
You did.
and you went out and agonized. You when you came in, you said, and I quote, "Sometimes I hate this job," which is particularly funny since are we paying him yet? No.
Yeah.
Internship. I hate this volunteer gig for which I get nothing.
He has a sticker on his computer. I see it's one of ours. So
that is true. We did pay him.
He's been paid.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just really, really hard to pick a team, and just because I just can hear the complaints, after I do it. But I try to be as scientific as possible, and sometimes the numbers.
I scientifically know what team you're going to pick already.
There was a discussion about which team we think you're going to pick, and I think
interesting.
We all know which one it is. So, we shall see.
Yeah, it's rough. I don't know how much you guys discussed this, but Tom Cruise is he's a polarizing guy. I personally can set aside all the weird crap in his real life and can enjoy his acting experience.
Well, we just discussed how you just donated $1,000 to the Scientology Center just recently. We were like, okay,
right. Well,
maybe you're the right guy for this job.
You're so generous.
Thanks. Yeah, they made me do it.
Did you get a call from Tom Cruise while you were out there, like looking at the did he have some influence? Like
he's like, Scott, it's TC.
You're late on your tithings.
I got a call from Les Grossman, and he told me he was going to pull my dick off and shove it up my ass. Uh-oh. There's
giving it away. He's giving it away.
Yeah. So anyway, no, it's a fun category. And
there's a lot, right?
There's a lot. Yeah. There actually is a lot. And when I was preparing for this, I actually was going through the IMDb, and I like most of his performances. I really do. And there was only a few that I had to pull out the YouTube on. So at least I could feel good about the fact that I'm making some educated choices here. And yeah, but
you can feel good about it until you tell us what they are.
I know.
And then we'll
so were there any special categories created just for the cruise draft?
Actually, there were. So I got my usual Scotch Beck "Oh yeah" factor.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. And so that was just the 1 through 5 points on where I think they belong, 5 being the best. And based off gut reaction, if I like the movie, if I like the performance, if I can, all that wrapped into one, just kind of that's the first number. Then something I called the Jack Reach, which is if you got it in the right. So I kind of predicted which rounds I thought each one of these characters should go in. Okay. And get a bonus point.
Was that a size, Zach?
I knew that this is where Scott was going with this.
The Jack Reach.
It doesn't bode well for me.
The YouTube assist, if I hadn't seen it, I pulled it up on YouTube, checked out a performance, and that kind of brought up, I kind of add that into the Scotch Beck off factor to give it a chance if I haven't seen it. It's not fair to give it a negative point if I haven't seen it. Do you know your name? Which is a line from anybody? It's a very subtle line.
Say it again.
Do you know your name? It's not even him. So it's in Jerry Maguire. It's at the very beginning when the hockey player gets concussed.
Oh yeah.
And it actually comes back later when he's having when he's doing his little breakdown or whatever. So anyway,
I was just thinking of the hockey player's kid. He's like, "Fuck you."
Right. Basically, all that is it's a bonus point for it. If I saw the title, is like, do I instantly think, hey, I know that's a character? Cole Trickle, for example. That's Days of Thunder's Cole Trickle. I know that character. So just a little bonus point for familiarity for that. You had me at hello, which is iconic lines, little bonus points for that. If I know, if I can think of great lines from the film. So that's the total point system. So, God damn it.
So there's definitely a team in a distant
All right.
place right now.
How close was the scoring?
Not.
The scoring was 38, 39, 42.
That's actually much closer.
Damn, that's way closer than I thought.
It's the closest yet.
I have a chance right now.
Yeah. Well, I know your team.
Well,
holy shit.
Oh, shit.
You don't have a chance.
Oh, shit. Slow your roll.
Sure, in theory.
Okay. Here it comes.
Vanilla Sky gave away my team early.
100%. Third place, Team 1.
Team 1 includes Maverick, Jerry Maguire, Charlie Babbitt from Rain Man,
What is
Mitch McDeere from The Firm, and Cole Trickle from Days of Thunder.
Okay, that's a crazy take. Like, most of the time, I'm not actually upset, and I wouldn't even say that I'm upset right now.
wild, dude? I thought you were going
I'm not
to win
even
for
saying
sure.
I'm not even saying I'm upset by this because like that whatever. But like I don't even understand.
Scotch, I can defend you because he chose basically 4 characters because Maverick and Cole Trickle are the same character.
Irrelevant. Like I mean, irrelevant. Erroneous.
Okay. Shall I defend my
For the
judgment?
love
Yes,
of God, please.
absolutely.
Okay.
How in the world did that happen?
Gosh, this bromance is just
My-
dying
Yeah.
before our eyes.
My face hurts from smiling.
Maverick's a good pick. You can argue it's a 1-1. I wouldn't put it 1-1 personally, but good pick. Jerry Maguire, amazing pick. Charlie Babbitt is not the character you think of when you think of Rain Man, in my opinion. And so, to
You
me,
think of Rain Man?
I think of Dustin Hoffman. I think of the actual Rain Man.
Exactly.
I can't even think of a scene with Tom Cruise that is overpowering over Dustin Hoffman.
I'm appreciating your words, but I actually disagree. I think Tom Cruise is amazing in Rain Man.
Okay.
I-
Now, I haven't seen the movie in a long, long time, so that's
all good.
That's my
Okay.
The
okay.
Buick's the best part.
Haven't seen The Firm,
Oh, for the love of God!
and I watched a clip, and it was fine. It was
That's a
okay.
mistake. You got to watch that movie.
And yeah, so I didn't really know that character all that well. And Cole Trickle, I'm not a big Days of Thunder fan. It's okay. It's kinda cute.
You used that as one of your examples to open.
I know the character. I
Iconic
got a bonus point for it.
Oh man!
got you to
Dude,
38.
You got a bonus point to 38, bro. Good job.
I'm asking our listeners to please, for the love of God, come in to my defense here because of all the crazy decisions on this podcast,
I thought you had it locked up.
I gotta say I think this is the craziest.
Wow.
I think this is the craziest one that I would say I might get some defense.
And now there's 1 point separating the next 2 people.
No, it's
No,
it's
it's
42 versus 39.
39.
Oh, lower score.
All right, so let's do it. What's
No,
Higher score.
higher score wins.
I thought it was 44 versus 43.
42 to 39.
38, 39, 42.
Oh, wow. So I only beat Nate by 1?
Yes, you did.
Oh, shit. I forgot what winning
So that's team 3.
That
forgot
is
what
team
winning
3.
feels like.
Team 3 is Cage from Edge of Tomorrow, David Ames from Vanilla Sky, Les Grossman, Tropic Thunder, Vincent Collateral, and Lestat from Interview with
So which one of those have you not seen?
I've not seen Vanilla Sky. Dude. And, okay, we've talked about this before because I've seen the original.
Oh,
And,
Abre los ojos.
yeah.
Yeah.
Los Ojos.
And in full disclosure, I was watching it for boobs.
Yeah, because
And-
you were like,
You know,
yeah.
And then I got into the movie,
It's a dope movie.
and the fucking movie sucks.
What sucks about it?
It was just weird and just like I just didn't like it. I remember at the end going, "What the fuck did I just watch?" And
It's the best way to feel after you watch something. And then you watch it again. And you're like, holy
I mean, joy, elation, those are some things I like to feel after watching a movie.
oh, that never
Excitement.
happens
Yeah, I know. You have a dark soul, but we love you. So anyway, so that one hurt you. Honestly, it did because I fucking love Cage because that's a great movie.
to me. Right. Agreed.
It's just a little early, though.
It's you reached a little bit on it, but actually,
Jack Reacher.
I just don't like the old.
Honestly, on my list, it actually, I thought it would be a first rounder. I would accept it. I would accept it as a first rounder. I think it belongs probably in the second, but I just love that film. Les Grossman was a steal in the third round.
That's what I said.
That performance is. I watched the YouTube clip of it just to
I love
refresh
that.
it.
I mean,
and
I
it's
love it.
fucking
It's
amazing.
hilarious.
He's so good,
But-
and that's amazing acting, and that's a great character. And I just think it's a steal in that round. Vincent and Collateral was a steal in the fourth round. That was a great pick. I love that character too. It's much different than a lot of it's different than any of Tom Cruise's roles. I like that. I respect that.
Did I lose you with long-haired vampire?
Lestat doesn't do it for me either. I've seen the movie a long time ago. Didn't really love it, and
He has like straightened hair, like this really long straightened hair.
I think wasn't
a
Brad Pitt a
vampire.
bigger part in that one too?
Vampiro. I said when I picked it, I was.
I think they're pretty equivalent.
Yeah, they're both a star, but I definitely liked Pitt better in it.
Yeah. Anyway, so
He's a sexier vampire for sure.
yeah, you lost it on Vanilla Sky and Lestat, but
I thought I lost
but
it
you did
earlier
great.
than that.
I will say I'm pretty shocked, but Team 2, my team has Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible, Lieutenant Daniel
Who's great.
Caffey from A Few Good Men,
Okay, which
Frank T.J. Mackey from Magnolia, Ron Kovic from Born on the 4th of July, and Chief John Anderton from Minority Report.
I mean,
so I feel like your last
rounds
three picks are
and
shitty.
rounds 3 and 5 are just insane.
T.J. Mackey from Magnolia is awesome. You got to go back and
That
just check that performance.
That performance is
movie is
unbelievable.
dog shit. And
Are we
like,
talking about best Tom Cruise movie? We're talking about best Tom Cruise performance,
Yes.
character, right?
his character? But he's so like deeply forgotten in that movie.
No, he's not. He stands out because he's just.
Forgotten because no one should want to watch that movie ever.
Well,
Again.
you don't like frogs, obviously.
The movie's crazy. But that so what I remember about that is I have certain friends that would just quote him, TJ and Frank TJ Mack, and they go into the whole thing, respect the cock and all that.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's embedded in my brain. And so anyway, that's why that kind of stood out to me. It wasn't the best pick of that round, but so Ethan Hunt, iconic. That was actually the worst of the first round, but not by much. It's on a ton of lists that I saw. Great franchise. Daniel Caffey, A Few Good Men is not only one of my favorite Tom Cruise roles, it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, I would say that second round pick is incredible.
That was an absolute steal.
That's a steal on this.
I felt bad about that because once you picked McGuire and Babbitt, I was like, fuck, I should have taken one of them. I really regretted that I should have replaced with Jerry Maguire or Babbitt, which is fine.
There's no. I mean, I actually would have happily traded you. I would have loved to take Caffey and Jerry Maguire. Like if I had gotten those two,
that would have destroyed.
See, I wouldn't have done Babbitt. I would have probably done McGuire.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
That's what I wanted to do once the draft was over.
Ron Kovic
never
and
picked either of those.
Born on the 4th of July. That performance is again crazy because it's just so not typical Tom Cruise, and that's what I respect about it. It's just,
and he almost won the Oscar.
right. That's so you got to give him credit for that. And then I'm a fan of Minority Report. I love Chief John Anderton. And I thought that was a steal in the last round.
Has he ever won an Oscar?
No,
Tom Cruise? Nothing.
he's
Not-
won,
not
he's
an
won, he's won a
acting
few, he's
Oscar.
won a few Golden Globes, but never
Yeah.
won a acting Oscar.
He's been in
Nominated.
movies that have been Best Picture, but he's not gotten Best Actor.
I think he's been nominated
really?
3
I think
times.
few Good Men might have gotten Best Picture.
No.
Then it was
I think
Born on the 4th of
Nicholson?
July.
Did Nicholson win for A Few Good Men?
Somebody should.
Ooh, actually, he might have. Yeah, he might have for supporting.
Yeah. So, oh no, Rain Man won Best Picture for sure,
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure Hoffman
it
won for Best Actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why he wasn't a good pick for this draft.
Poor Nate. I just he.
Hey,
Why are we poor Nading?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I picked Nate
Let the
recently a couple
That's
times to win.
it.
So
you did, yeah.
Yeah.
Let the people decide.
I
We'll
thought
just
Nate
hear.
getting Cole Trickle in the very end, I was like, oh, he's going to win because of that stupid pick.
you know what? What's a great part of a good film? A great twist. You know, I just gave everybody a nice twist. You know, you guys thought you had it figured out.
I definitely
did.
did not. See
Are
that
there
coming.
Scotch? Are there any that you missed? I had a question. Is Rocket? Have I recall you saying you liked the movie Rock of Ages or no?
That's a dog shit movie.
Okay, good.
And I what's funny was I told my brother, I go, my predictions are Zach's gonna pick fucking
Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky. And I thought that you were gonna pick. I thought Nate was gonna pick Rock of Ages.
Actually, I don't know.
Stacey Jackson.
I haven't seen it.
It's either that or you're gonna pick Flanagan from Cocktail.
Yeah.
I almost did, and I wondered whether or not that was one that you would.
If you would have picked Brian Flanagan from Cocktail over Charlie Babbitt, it would have done it.
Wow.
Then it's a race, boys.
man, I did think hard about that one, but
Yeah, there's something about Cocktail. It's such a shit movie, but it's kind of one of those
Yeah.
guilty pleasures. You go back
it is. And you do like, he has some iconic things, right? Like him flipping the bottles and kind of
doing the stupid poetry and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a real memorable thing.
You know what's crazy is that we didn't draft Eyes Wide Shut, but when you rewatch that, he's in like almost every single scene in that movie.
Yeah, Eyes Wide Shut was one that I was kind of surprised that didn't show up, and then the biggest surprise to me was Joel from Risky Business.
Yeah, so we talked about that one, and probably in hindsight that would have been
that's the role that got him on the map for sure. I mean, not summer blockbuster map, but like.
Yeah,
we got to watch this guy.
Lead, yeah.
Like he's somebody we got to keep an eye.
There's something to say about Tom Cruise that when he does a movie, he is in most every scene. There's not very often that Tom Cruise is not in almost every scene of a movie.
True.
Like, I mean, obviously with Tropic Thunder, that was very much a one-off, like doing like a little silly role.
And Magnolia, he was a role player.
Magnolia, because it was like a big, but most movies he's in, it's like he's in almost nearly every scene.
The one with Emily Blunt, he's in almost every scene.
Yeah.
Well, and same with Vanilla Sky, really.
Well, what I was saying earlier, right? I mean, he's got 46 movie credits, and for a guy that's been pretty legit, like, his early credits are from 40 years ago, and he's been a major star for 35 of those, maybe 30, really like 36 of those years. To have only 46 credits is interesting.
And do zero TV.
I feel like it's a lot. I mean, fuck, man, it's working a lot.
I think I want to find out, and I'm going to do some research.
A lot of movies.
If somebody has like percentage of screen time to like being a star, how much of the movie are you actually in? I bet somebody's broken down that percentage, because I bet he's one of the top percentages of like screen time versus like how long the running time of the movie is.
I was gonna say like Daniel Day-Lewis might give him a running, because some of his films are like almost all him. Like There Will Be Blood and My Left Foot, and like he's got a lot of those films that are kind of like that.
And
he doesn't do very many films,
and he also doesn't do very many. I mean, he's really not much of a. I mean, what has he ever been? He's been really a supporting role in.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch that I'm forgetting. But all right, well, that's it. Brad snagging a win there inexplicably.
I wouldn't say inexplicably. I was happy with my team. I just was.
Yeah, some good picks.
Looking
you
at your team,
zero confidence in your team.
No. I was happy with my team.
This is a fucking fourth place team if I've ever seen it. Is what you said. That's what you said to me.
Nate went with the popular picks, and it fucked him. I mean, I went with the real, actual, memorable.
When Scott was walking in here, you were looking at me. You told me my team.
Yeah, I went with all the most memorable roles, and I was not rewarded. That happens sometimes.
Whatever.
We'll see what the social media say about it.
Let me hear it.
I just want to say what Tim says. Like we're all idiots, but who's the biggest idiot?
It
might be Scott this week.
I was looking at this and I'm wondering. I have a feeling that I'm going to be a big idiot on this, because
he would have picked Nate's team.
I'm looking at him probably because he's probably seen The Firm, and he's probably seen he'll probably disagree with the Rain Man take, and so I think he's going to call me a big idiot. He's going to call you all idiot for not picking Joel from Risky Business, probably.
Yeah, well,
but.
It's got to, if he didn't call us all idiots, I think he was sick.
Yeah.
Give that man a COVID test.
All right. So what are we doing next, guys?
Next, we are going to, summertime just happened. School's out for summer. College is out for summer. We're going to go back to college.
Oh, I know what movie you're talking about.
And, in college, a lot of people are looking to hook up. They're trying to figure out their sexuality. They're trying to figure out everything about themselves. They're trying to figure out.
They can get some drugs.
I think they're trying to figure out the rules of attraction.
Oh shit,
Zach! This is one of your. I mean, this is one of your movies.
It's one of my favorite movies. It's sad and beautiful and like wrong, like parts
dark
of it
and twisted.
Yeah,
we can use those words.
like wrong, but at the same time, like there's parts of it that aren't good, but then there's parts of it. But then there's parts of it that just absolutely knock it out of the park. So it's like it's like a 75% of like a really great movie to me. So I don't know. It's good. I think you guys are going to dig it.
I think there's going to be a lot of words about it. There's going to be some interesting takes.
I'm in. I'm ready.
And
give me all of the Dawson.
Yeah, and along with that, we're going to have one of my favorite people I ever met in college. One of my best friends from college. My first couple of years of UOP, and that was Amanda Wheeler. She's a great person. Awesome. She lives up in Seattle now, and we're going to talk some college hijinks, some college experiences, along with the rules of attraction.
I like it.
Yeah, so check that out, kids. Go to our Instagram, Facebook pages. Tell us how dumb we are, how crazy Scott Beck is for not picking Nate's team to win. And I guess we'll see you guys next week.
Maybe also give us a review on like 5 stars. Throw us a little review. We haven't had reviews in a while.
Yeah, if you haven't left a review on Apple or podcasts yet,
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, like
we always say 5 stars, but if there's like 8 stars, like give us 8.
Yeah,
we need
you know what I mean?
We need some fresh stuff.
And if you only feel 3 stars, then just
give us 5.
It's 5 anyway.
Yeah,
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we'll see you next week. Back to college.
Bye-bye.
I wanna be at Beverly's, bringing me home with my movies. Just to fly by, no reason why. I love this scene. Nick Nate, I can brag, your favorite podcast. The start.